Thanks for joining us for this session. We really want to thank you and for taking the time out. You have been a great success story in crypto industry. You have made over $10 million last year. And we want to share this amazing story with our members today. So I'll let you go ahead and explain. You can explain us how you have been able to achieve this great success. We're also trying to teach our members how they can diversify and achieve this great success like Adrian has done in the industry. So I'll let you go ahead and get started and tell us your amazing story, a success story in crypto industry.
Yeah, okay, let me just switch my mobile phone off. It's been a great, I've had a great run the last couple of years. It's been some great times. Originally, when I left school, I went to work in the offices, as an office clerk, within a company called British Gas. British Gas is a big company in the UK, and it started off there as a basic office clerk, really, when I left school. And basically, that involved a 10-year span. So I worked in an office basically for 10 years, learning just basic office skills, and it was a well-paid job. It was a pretty more than average paid job compared to most jobs back then. So that was an interesting time for me when I first left school. So working in an office. But after 10 years of doing that, I took voluntary redundancy. The situation came up where they were looking to get rid of staff, and I put my hand up to say I would like to leave because I wanted to go off and do my own thing. So I took what they call a voluntary redundancy. The British Gas, they paid me. I think it was around about, I don't know, £15,000 back then in the time. That's going back, I think, right back to 1996, I believe. So it wasn't about the money, but the money was nice. I received that payment, and they also paid me a bonus payment to go into any other business that I wanted to choose. Like they wanted to. It was a bonus payment to help me train for any other business that I wanted to move into. So at the time, to use that payment up, I went into driving instruction, believe it or not. So there was a $3,000 surplus payment. I used that money to train as a driving instructor because I thought that may have been something easy at the time. So I took training there, and I was teaching people to drive. And I qualified there, and I did that for about 1.5 years. And then I set up a taxi business in the UK, and I started driving taxis for myself. And then I started renting out taxis. I had about 6 or 7 other taxis which I bought, and I rented out to other drivers, so they rent the car from me. So that was a nice little business, making lots of money, but the hours were very unsociable, working Friday night, Saturday night into the early hours of the morning. And then from there I moved into mobile phone technology. That was the big in thing back in the days when the Nokia phone came out, and a lot of people started using all the gadgets, the flashing aerials, the vibrating batteries, and people want to get their phones unlocked to use in other countries. And I was repairing phones, unlocking phones, and selling mobile phone contracts. And I did that for quite a few years after the taxi business. And I made a lot of money from that. I was working on market stalls and doing boot sales, all kinds of things, up early every morning. And I also then went on to buy my own shop, and then started trading from a shop, doing mobile phone accessories. And I also added to that then what they called a loan system, like a cashback loan system, where people would come into me with a mobile phone, or they gold or their jewelry, and they would give me their jewelry or gold or their mobile phone, and I would give them a loan. I'd lend them money, charge them an interest rate, and they would come back next week or next month, give me the jewelry back, and I would give them the money back, and obviously charge them an interest rate. So that was very lucrative at the time and very profitable, and a lot of people are still doing that now, even today. But and then as that was happening, then sadly my mother's mother, she died sadly, and the house I was born in. That was the house I was born in. So I decided to buy the house off my mother and pay her the money for my first house. And the property was on my radar. And I wanted to get into the property game. I wanted to start making money and buy property and hold property for the long term. So I bought my first property from my mother and my uncle. That was my mother's brother. So I paid them, I think it was around about £12,000, £13,000 at the time. I think that was back in 1994, I think that was. So that was my first property. I bought that and then rented it out to a single parent on housing benefits. So that was my first investment property in 1994. 1996, I bought my second property, which I lived in myself for a small time. And then I moved out with that into my girlfriend at that time, and I rented out my second property. So I had 2 properties on the go then. And then from 1999 up to about 2007, I started buying properties very quickly, more properties, remortgaging, borrowing money, I ended up buying, I had 38 properties then, all in total between that time, up to 2007. So I made my first £1 million in property, basically. That was my first £1 million I made in equity in property. I didn't really class myself as a millionaire because all the money was tied up in property. So if I'd sold all the property and cashed out and paid the taxes, obviously, yeah, I would have been £1 million in the bank.
Hello.
So, but at the time, you know, when you're actually doing it, you don't think. For me personally, I didn't really class myself as a millionaire because all the property was there, and I was just collecting the rent, paying the mortgage, collecting the rent, doing the repairs. It was like a job, like a job situation investment for me for the long term. So I enjoyed doing that for that period of time. And then 2007, 2008 kicked in. The credit crunch kicked in, and nobody was lending money anymore. The banks stopped, and the property market took a bit of a dive. And I started to lose a little bit of passion for property right then, and because it wasn't as easy and growing as fast as it was. So in 2008, I went to Spain to live for 2 years. I took a 2-year break, a 2-year holiday. I wanted to take some time off. So yeah, I went to Spain, and I rented a villa for a 2-year period. And the first 6 months in Spain, on the Costa Blanca, that was, I got off in Alicante Airport. It's about a 45-minute drive south of Alicante Airport. The first 6 months, I did absolutely nothing, just enjoying myself and relaxing and chilling out. And then I moved on. I found a job out there selling property. And for the rest of the 18 months, I was picking people up from the airport and bringing them to their hotel. And that was all working underneath a company called Atlas International. So I was like a property rep, helping people find their dream home in Spain. So I was picking them up from the airport, taking them to the hotel, having breakfast with them, having lunch with them, showing them around properties, and then having an evening meal with them, like a 3-day inspection trip. And I did that for about 18 months. I got to know and learn all about the Costa Blanca south in Spain, which was a really good experience because I love Spain. And while I was out in Spain, at the same time within that 2-year period, I started to go onto the internet and then starting to look for other ways of sort of making money separate to property. And that's when I sort of started, typing in those sort of words, make money online, how to get rich fast, and all those type of keywords. So I started doing that while I was out in Spain on my balcony, and then come across a few opportunities, as we all do. I lost a lot of money back then, and got involved in ended up getting involved in a lot of scams. I think I must have lost about $30,000 first myself. I lost that money just investing in different things and losing money before I got the grips and to know what I was doing. And then obviously I got involved in a few more lucrative businesses then, which I made my $30,000 back, and I started to get into profit. But it's only been since the last 3 years now, sort of 2015, I think it was the middle of 2015, that I came across Bitcoin, cryptocurrency itself, as an online business, as an affiliate program. And I thought, let's research this cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin thing. And yeah, I got involved then in my first sort of network marketing and affiliate program in the middle of 2015. and I started to invest. I think I invested about $10,000 in that particular business, and that is actually still trading and still going strong today. And like a lot of others which have come and gone, a lot of them have disappeared. So yeah, that's 2015. That's when it all sort of started. I started with $10,000, and come sort of 2016 to the end of 2017, I thought that, you know, the Bitcoin price when I got involved was around about $200, but it was moving up rapidly to $300, $400. So I thought this seems very interesting. The price was moving up, the trend was up. So I thought I'm not going to waste any more time here. I'm going to jump into this and take some risks and gambles. So at the time, I didn't have much liquid cash, so I borrowed some money on my credit cards. I had about 10 credit cards at the time with about £10,000 worth of credit limit on there. So I borrowed £100,000 on my credit cards, and I put that straight into Bitcoin. I bought £100,000 worth of Bitcoin back sort of into 2000, over that period in 2016. As I was buying it, I couldn't release the 100,000 in one go. So I had 10,000 today on one credit card. I may have had another 10,000 next month on another credit card, and another 10,000. So I drew all that money down into my account, borrowed the money, and bought basically £100,000 worth of Bitcoin. Probably around about most of it was around about the 200, 300, but the rest for $400, $500, $600 mark as it was creeping up. So so just on that one sort of investment there, I probably made, I don't know, a good few million, I'd say. I probably had about 40 times, that is 40 times my return of 100,000 into about 4 million, because the price of Bitcoin was going up in my favor, you know?
Right.
As we all know, 2017 was a big year when the price went through the roof.
I think, if I'm not wrong, I think at one point you had hit like almost 13 or 14 million, I believe.
Yeah, correct. At the end of 2017, I was on about 13 million. There are a few screenshots out there.
Oh, beautiful.
Sadly, that's dropped. I did manage to get, I did withdraw not far short of 2 million, or cashed in, just as a safety net. But that's sitting now at, sadly, that's dropped to 5.2 million. It's not a very good advert.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Thanks for sharing.
So, because the price of Bitcoin now is right down, as we all know.
Right. I think we're expecting very soon market will recover. Go back to the same. Yeah.
Say again, I missed that.
So it's an amazing story, Adrian, that you have shared.
Sorry, sitting at about 5.2. Hold on a minute. 5.2 million. But obviously, the Bitcoin is in a real bad state right now. The price of Bitcoin right now is around about 6,000. I mean, really in a downward trend right now. Bitcoin is down about $6,300 right now.
Beautiful.
Yes. See, I think with any investment class, there are downturns and there are corrections. So, cryptocurrency industry is going through correction right now. And as we know, with any other asset class, eventually it will bounce back up.
I think the blockchain is the future. So Bitcoin will hit, I think, a original price maybe by end of this year. That everybody expecting it will go back to again 20K, maybe by Christmas.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are hoping for. I got to be honest. I'm more than happy if we just hit. I think there's some kind of resistance level around about $11,200.
That's right.
Coming up there, so I'll be more than happy if we hit $11,200 before the end of the year. I'll be more than happy.
That'll be doubling your standing, almost doubling from where you are right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So exactly. So everyone's in a different position. Depends on how much you're involved in this. But I prefer Bitcoin to go up slowly every year, rather than shoot up and come back down. I prefer a slow movement.
Yes, definitely. And I think with time, the asset class is maturing. And once it's stabilized and the regulatory environment stabilized, and I think we will see a lot more stability in the price. The whole point around cryptocurrency is, as you know, the blockchain technology. It's an amazing, it's really next level technology, which is here to stay. And with that technology, cryptocurrencies are bound to grow in the usage, in the adaptability in the market.
And the other thing, good news is, I think in the US, all the big companies, like for example, Goldman Sachs, all the big banks, they want to get into cryptocurrency, and I think they're waiting for the custodian, I believe.
Yeah, they're setting up the custodian accounts, and once that is cleared out, then they will start offering it to their high net worth individual clients, and that will really open up the market to a lot of big institutions who are who are the real money backs in the market.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's hopefully that's going to happen sooner rather than later. At the moment, I think the price is sort of it's being controlled or manipulated. I think at the moment they wanted to. You hear all these negative stories about South Korean and exchange in South Korea. I think got hacked a few days ago, and that pushed the price down. And they make the story 100 times worse than what it is. They like to create all this negativity. I think it's been deliberately done to get the price as low as possible,
so that big fish can enter the market.
Yeah, so all these big institutions can probably get in at the lowest price possible, lower.
Yes, definitely, and we definitely agree with you.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yes, we share the same opinion.
So, Adrian, so what we can take away from the conversation is that your success story, it's amazing. What you have done is basically diversify and still able to grow, and that is the real story. We wanna hear from you. What are the different vehicles that you have used in order to generate this wealth? We can the AdPro and other programs. So let's talk about that a little bit so that our members can know about those programs.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, obviously I put my own investment in over, as I mentioned earlier, £100,000. But on top of that, obviously I've been working within a number of affiliate programs to obviously help me grow my Bitcoin portfolio even further. So even if the Bitcoin price is going down or not moving as much, you can still make money from introducing people to the Bitcoin space through different affiliate programs. And I've been involved in a number over the last 10 years. The first one I got involved with, actually, I didn't mention it earlier, was Big Club Network, and I'm still in there now. I'm not building it as much as I have been, but that was the first business I got involved with, was Big Club Network, and that's paying me quite nicely now. But then I moved on then on to the likes of Futurenet, Future Ad Pro. I think that was back in March 2016, the end of March 2016. I got involved there, and that's basically a simple online program set up in two different ways, well, three different ways. Now they got the Futura coin. Now they got the cryptocurrency side as well now.
Right.
So that was mainly from a social media platform. So the reason I joined that was I thought it was a great project. Even if I didn't make any money from it, it was a social media platform like Facebook, where you could network and meet other like-minded people within the make money online space. So I joined it specifically purely for the social media platform, just to find and add new friends. But yeah, I bought a few of these, what they call matrix positions. I invested $1,685 as a one-time payment within the Futurenet side. And I also invested, I think it was $5,000 on the Future Ad Pro side. So I started off there. I've been building a team there, and I got, I think must be over 30,000 people now, probably in my downline.
Wow.
I recruited a couple of hundred people. I think it's 300 odd personal people. So that's growing really nicely, and that's paying me, a couple of grand every couple of days. So I'm doing 4 and 5 grand withdrawals every couple of days. So I'm quite happy with that. Even if I want $1,000 a day with that on its own, that's a lot of money,
Yeah, that's a lot of money by itself.
Yeah, I think making a 40-50 grand per month from one program, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. You only, don't get me wrong, the people who make the biggest money are the people who do the work and build the teams. That's always the same.
It's true.
It doesn't matter what business you're in, if you're selling whatever, the people who do the work and build teams, they will always make money than the people who are passive, doing nothing.
Perfect. Yes.
So if you can build your brand and get yourself known on Facebook, and what I did was basically over the last 2 or 3 years, I've been on Facebook quite a lot, and I started to do a few videos. I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm an expert or a professional like a lot of the gurus out there, but I just done it in a more relaxed way, and people got to follow me. They liked the way I did things, and they joined my team. You know, they come onto my email list, and they added me as a friend on Facebook. And then they got to get my updates, and they were asking me, well, what are you up to these days? And they ended up joining my team. So that's all. That's what it's all about, really, is building a presence on the internet, getting yourself sort of the know, like, and trust factor, get people to know and like you and trust you, basically.
Right, right.
So and it all kicked off there, really, with Futurenet Pro. You know, yeah, I have been in a few other programs before that, which didn't work out. I'd made some money and I'd lost some money, you know. So, but this is where I sort of set up my little sort of trademark or brand with, you know, multiple streams of income. You know, spread your risk. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's another point I'm going to come to, because for you, actually, Adrian, can you explain what is important for diversify your portfolio? Like, I know you're also involved in Dragon Mining, Mint Builder.
Yeah.
Has also amazing programs. Can you explain those programs as well? What's your success with the Dragon Mining and as well Mint Builder?
Yeah, Dragon Mining. I've been watching it for about 18 months, but the actual mining there started in March 2016.
Right.
I only actually got involved and took action September last year, 2017. So I started with $10,000. I bought a mining package, $10,000. That was my investment. So, but that was after flying out to Las Vegas for a trip, a couple of days. I think it's about how long was I out there for? About 5 or 6 days, maybe a bit longer. I had a few days in Las Vegas. That's why I went to the Network Marketing Pro event. Eric Warray, I visited him for that was a 3-day event.
He's an amazing guy, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to that 3-day event in Las Vegas last November, and then after the event, we all teamed up with the rest of the guys in Dragon Mining. We flew from Las Vegas to Seattle, and then we stayed in Seattle for a few days. And we got on a coach in Seattle, and then we drove into the up into the mountains. It seemed to me into the Washington State area, and this is where all this mining was going on. So there's lots of different, a lot of farmland, lots of units, and that's where the mining operation is taking place for Dragon Mining. So I went to the mining farm, I met all the owners, met the CEO, and I was pretty happy with what I saw. So that gave me the confidence then to put the $10,000 in and start my mining project, and then obviously start building a team. And but that's building nicely. It's working on autopilot 24/7. It's compounding. You know, my mining power is compounding daily, and I have very little to do with regards to that, but I do build a team within that and tell people about it. Right. And that's how I get my commissions, from building a team. And so for the likes of Futurenet Pro, I met the owners there. I've flown out to Poland, gone to a few of the events. The same I did with Dragon Mining, I met the owners there. The same again with another company called Swissgo Global. I met the owners there.
Okay.
That's another similar Bitcoin mining program.
Right. Yes. Right.
Yeah, they are linked up with Genesis Mining. So, but they got Bitcoin mining, gold and silver.
Okay.
So that's doing really well. I got involved with that in November 2017.
So, Adrian, how much you're making so far from your mining projects?
Specifically, the Dragon Mining.
Dragon Mining.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. The mining itself has obviously dropped now because the Bitcoin price has dropped.
Yeah. I know, for difficulty level
because
is high.
Your paid outs are in Bitcoin, and obviously once the Bitcoin price goes up and your holdings goes up, basically.
Exactly, yeah. So I can just let me just share my screen for just 2 seconds. I don't mind the price, because don't forget, I only invested $10,000 now into Dragon Mining. Okay, so Lifestyle Galaxy is the rebrand name now. So when I say Dragon Mining, that's actually changed over to Galaxy Mining. So
right.
So you got Lifestyle Galaxy, and you've got the likes of. Let me just type it in here. So I'm using the name Galaxy Mining, like a lot of us still do, but it's actually Galaxy Mining rather than Dragon Mining. Yeah, so there's the main page there for Dragon Mining, for Galaxy Mining if you want to buy a mining package. So, but because I'm an affiliate, I've upgraded to Lifestyle Galaxy now, so I got access to this dashboard, which I build my team in. So if I go into dashboard here, BTC Litecoin, there you go. And if I go into, I can see there that I've got, I started off with 60,000 plus 11,000, so 71,000 gigahash. That's what I started off with.
Okay.
And I've repurchased 95,000. So if you add 95,000 on these 2 years, that comes to about 170. I got about 170,000 gigahash. So gigahash is the term used for mining power.
Yes, that's.
Click on history. I click on history. Obviously, there you go there. So I got 167,871 gigahash. If I scroll right back to when I started, how can I do that? So look, on the page. There we go. So I started on the 27th of September, as you can see there, 2017.
That's right.
Which is 60,000. I was given an extra 11,000 bonus, so 71,000 gigahash. As you can see, this grows every day. The 71 is 72 the next day, 72 is 453, 70. It's going up every day. 73, see 73,000. So my daily amount back then was about $36 a day back last December. As you can see, as time went on, as it compounded, the $30 went up to $40, $43, $50, $50 a day, and $60 a day. Kept going up and up and up, you know. And let me go to page 2. So at one point, then up to $75 a day back in the end of November, and then it hit 87, 96. Then it was on $100 a day. So this was growing pretty rapid up until the end of the year, you know, $120 a day there, $125 a day. So, and I hit the highest, it was $156 a day. Okay. So what I was doing is I was compounding this and growing more gigahash.
All right.
But as we all know now, the prices dropped.
As for the, our viewers, we want to tell them, you're reinvesting your earnings and, buying more hash power. And that's basically compounding. It's compounding the hash power, which in return compounding the money that you're making off of that hash power, because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's a game of the mining.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about this this $42 a day here. Because all I'm worried about is growing my gigahash.
Right. That's right. Yep. That's the mining power you have.
Yeah. So the more my gigahash, I just worry about my gigahash growing. As you can see, it's nearly doubled here from 71,000 when I bought it. It's up to 133,000 now, the 1st of January 2018. So my gigahash is still growing, but obviously my daily income is dropped because the Bitcoin price has dropped. I'm down now to, as you can see, it's dropping and dropping. And this is why a lot of people are getting a bit disheartened with cryptocurrency mining now, because the price is dropping. But I'm not really bothered about this. I'm on and on about it. It's dropped to as low as $26 a day now.
All right.
So,
but this is
I'm in this for the long term. You know, I'm in this for 3, 4, 5 year plan.
All right.
And this is what we want to explain to our viewers. We are showing them how to bring a long-term wealth. It's not, you get in today and you get out tomorrow. It's not something that you can become millionaire overnight. It's persistent and consistent hard work, and you're in the long term, and that's when you create real wealth.
Exactly. Yeah. People are impatient. They want to get rich quick. They want to get rich fast.
Right.
They expect to join something for $25, and they want to know when they're going to get paid next. You know. You know, I got loads of people in my team from the likes of Nigeria and Ghana, and that's the way they think. That's the way they've been taught. I think in other programs they've joined in the past, they can join. It's great. They can join with $25. That's a nice an amount for people perhaps in poor countries.
Right.
But they expect to get rich from it's not going to happen. So
right. I think any business you have to build is it takes time, patience, and you have to be very consistent on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're gonna put buy a $25 mining package, right, and basically just forget about it, put it in there, and just come back in 3 years' time, 4 years' time. You know, it's not going to happen overnight unless you want to obviously build a team and learn how to do that. You know.
Right. Right.
Subject, yeah.
And it is your last program you have is a mint builder. How's that program going? Actually, I really like this program as well. Investing in silver and gold. I think they pay you in Bitcoin as well.
Yeah, the mint builder is a new project. I've been following it for a while. The guy who brought me in, he's in the UK. He lives near Gatwick Airport, and here we go. So I got involved. So I'm in with the top guy, and this guy deals directly with the CEO of this company. And I'm pretty excited about this opportunity because over the last 2 or 3 years, my Bitcoin has gone through the roof. I got too much Bitcoin. I got too much. Obviously, I got loads of properties as well. So it's a good idea to diversify. And you know, it's like anything. Property and land are probably one of the best investments out there, but you need a lot of money to start, and you need a lot of education and know what to do. And it comes with a lot of hassle as well from tenants if you want to, you know, for the long term. So I've already done that, as you know, the property game, but the crypto game, the cryptocurrency space, I've been excited about that the last 3 years, and I've grown that to a stage now where I think, okay, I'm at a point, you know, $13 million in December, it's dropped to $5-6 million now. Right. I could easily go back up to $10 million, but I need to start even diversifying even further. Now I'm putting this into precious metals as well, and I've got gold, I've got silver, but you know, I've got about 40 grand's worth sitting in there, you know, from what I've done over the years. But that's from my point of view, that's a small sort of level, right, because I got too much in Bitcoin crypto. So I need to get at least now, I'd say $1 million into gold and silver, you know, at least from my point of view. Right. So I'm stacking as much silver as I can, mainly silver. I prefer silver because the price of silver is a lot cheaper. It's $17 an ounce approximately. Yes. And I feel the potential is to double my wealth using silver over gold. Because if I put £1 million into silver today, that's only got to go from $16-17 an ounce to $34 an ounce. It's only got to double. Right. My million has turned into $2 million. Yep. Yes. So I won't be able to do that as quick with gold, I don't think. I will buy a bit of gold as well, but I'm putting about 90%. So every 100,000, I'm putting 90,000 into silver and 10,000 into gold. And this company's come along at the right time. So I've set up my own domain name there, as you can see at the top, goldsilvermillionaire.com. So I'm starting to market this page now, and you know, get some of the videos out there from Robert Kiyosaki, for example. Right. Yep. So no, I think the future silver is ready to explode in a couple of years. I think the market is really looking good for silver. Yeah. And the best part is actually you're investing in silver and you're getting paid in Bitcoin in this program. That's amazing. Yeah, you can actually buy your silver with Bitcoin. So what I could do now, I can just use my Bitcoin, and Mint Builder will accept my Bitcoins for silver. Oh wow! So that's brilliant for me because it's less hassle, you know, for exchanging it back to dollars and then buying the silver. But at the same time, and also if you want to, with regards to the actual, they specialize in bullion, silver, and coins as well, and also graded coins like collector coins. So I like the idea that I can buy as many as what they call these Silver Britannia coins in the UK. Yeah, and they're actually capital gains tax free. So if I bought £1 million worth of silver Britannia coins, and the price of silver doubled, I won't have to pay any tax.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's completely tax-free from the government in the
Right.
UK. I think that's in a lot of maybe in other countries as well. So
That's
for
a
me,
great way to diversify, and that's one of our points as well. We want to teach people how to be able to diversify and grow wealth over time. We don't want to put all the eggs in one basket, as you have explained earlier, and that's the whole goal. And I think that's the biggest take from this conversation. Your story as well as how you have been able to diversify, and also not exposed to the market rates that are otherwise if you don't diversify.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been doing it for many years now. I've seen so many people join certain programs over the years, and then just stick to that one business. For an example, they just come in. Yeah, it'd be great to be able to stick to one business and focus on one. That would be so easy, and that would be great. But
Right.
at the end of the day, you've got to spread your risk. You can't trust anyone these days. Even if you meet them face to face, you can't. Things can go wrong.
Right.
So to me, I always say to somebody, if you've got $1,000 to put into a business, then if you're going to put that $1,000 into one business, then you're really hoping for the best. And if anything goes wrong, that's it. Your money's gone.
Right. Yep.
So you want to be thinking of at least 3 businesses, but I'd say even that's not enough. I'd say at least 5. And with that $1,000, put $200 into 5 different ones. So $200 in program 1, $200 in program 2, 3, 4, and 5. So spread your $1,000 over 5 different programs.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we share the same concept here, because actually whatever money they're ready to put in, for example, 1,000, 5,000, they have to diversify each in equally in the same different programs. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And Adrian, actually, we are almost getting to the end. Give us some your last thoughts or last word for our audience.
Basically, I think regards to internet marketing and network marketing, a lot of people they don't give it their full 100%. A lot of people they start and then they quit. Most people quit.
Right. Yes.
Some people that have bought one Bitcoin when it was $10,000, and now the price has dropped to $6,000. He sold it to $7,000 because he had enough. He got scared, so he lost $3,000 because he just wanted to get out. He'd had enough. He was just playing with his head,
Right.
There's a lot of people out there. They just get afraid. They put their money in, and if they see the price drop, they end up getting out at the wrong time, and then they don't stick with it. So yeah, it's a very volatile game. If you want to talk about investments and things, any investment is volatile. It goes up and down. So it's up to the sponsor and the person that brings these people in. Like that particular person, then he just went out and bought Bitcoin on his own, just from an advert he saw or something on the internet. He didn't really have a mentor or
Right.
somebody to guide him and help him. So
Right.
I'd say always, find a person like a mentor that can help and guide you and help you make the decision on what to do. Because really, if you $100, $1,000, $10,000, or even $100,000, you've got to sit down carefully with somebody else and make a decision on it. It's a pretty important decision.
Right.
Because you could easily lose all that money.
Right.
So yeah, so as long as you got somebody to guide you and who's already done it, then I think you've got a good chance of succeeding over the next couple of years.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. Actually, I think leadership is really important, and your sponsor should know what he's doing or she's doing, so she or he will guide you in proper ways. So thank you, Adrian, for your time, and as well, Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian. We really appreciate your time.
And
Cheers, Sandeep. Yep.
All right.
And take care.
Cheers, Aman. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Anytime. Cheers, Bye.